Good morning, Belton High School. I'm Colin Johnson.
And I'm Dr. Miller.
And you're watching
Colors
TV News.
As the freshman class makes their upcoming selection, here's more about this topic with Amaya Crowder.
The academy I chose is Human Services. I chose this academy because I feel like it's more interesting than the other two.
Commenting more on this topic will be Dr. Yurkovich explaining what happens after the freshmen select their academies.
So future years after the freshmen select academies, which by the way is happening today and tomorrow, they're stating their preference, they then become associated the rest of their high school career with that academy, and they have opportunities beginning as soon as February and March of this year to interact with business professionals in those careers. They actually sit down at a table, have business roundtable discussions to hear about it. In April, they will visit either an industry site or a college campus to learn more about the work to get to that career. And then their sophomore year, a job shadow opportunity is offered, the junior, senior year, an internship. And then they are associated, as I said, with that college career academy for the remainder of their high school career.
And lastly, here's Mr. Baker, and he will explain what goes into the preparation for the freshmen to select their academies.
So first they started off by researching different careers associated with each academy, understanding where they all go, and then after that they research the actual classes that they'll take, go on classroom visits, see what the options will be for them as they enter their sophomore, junior, and senior year, and kind of get to know what the plan is for each pathway so that they understand the difference. So after they pick their academies, the admin go through and select and make sure that the academies are balanced, and then they'll enroll in their classes from there.
With Larissa Long and Mariah Dickerson, I'm Jeffrey Jones, and you're watching Cutlass TV News.
FBLA and DEC are competing this week in the district championship. For more about these events, here's Josh Milstead, Giovanni Mack, and Mason Fulton.
Junior Tyler Fulton talks about what he's competing in and how he's preparing.
So the categories I'm working on for FBLA, I'm working on a video production category for how-to video, and I'm also working on a sports entertainment marketing category for a sponsorship package. I am preparing for FBLA by practicing my communication skills, working on my body language, and identifying what is needed.
Senior Eric Guzman gives some tips on performing for DECA.
Well, to prepare for DECA, you gotta get used to the class. You start talking with everybody. Get used to the people around you. Speak loud enough and watch if you're saying ums or anything like that. It's important to keep role playing before you do DECA competition. And another important factor of is improvising. Improvising is extremely crucial whenever you're DECA role playing. Because what if you get a random situation or the judge asks you? Improvising is extremely important. You can come up with stuff and you can overcome it.
Junior Jeremiah Black Oliver discusses why he's in DECA and what he's excited about.
So what got me into DECA was I took Marketing 1 and Marketing 2 with Ms. Garcia, and she really helped me through it and to get good with it. So today in class, actually, we prepared by just going over our roles, and we did it with a judge that we have in the class, and we did it 2 or 3 times. The thing I'm most excited for is to get to see new people and go to UMKC, and I heard there's a Chick-fil-A in the cafeteria.
With Geo Mack and Josh Middlestat, I'm Mason Fulton with Cutlass TV News.
The Belton High School play The Life and Death of Larry Benson is set to premiere tomorrow night. With more on the production, here's Tyler Fulton, Jaden Williamson, and Chase Thomason.
Mrs. Babcock discusses what the show is about, how she chose this show, and the challenges that have come with it.
The play is actually called The Death and Life of Larry Benson, and it's a drama about a family who is missing their son, who went off to war and is considered missing in action for about 3 years. And they get a call from the military one day that says he's finally been found and he's on his way home. And so the whole town and the family are so excited to have him home. And when he arrives, you find out that it's not the person that they're expecting. That this person believes wholeheartedly that he is Larry Benson. He knows so much stuff that only Larry Benson would know. He recognizes everybody, and so it's kind of a mystery to try to figure out who this person actually is, and like he's really going through something because he completely believes he's him, and so it's a really interesting, kind of dramatic, almost like a mystery, but not really. And I chose it because it was something different, and it was really gripping when I read it. I just couldn't stop thinking about it, and I had so many other plays that I considered doing, and I would tell my friends about it, and I'd be like, okay, so I like this play, and this play. And every single person wanted to know more about the Larry Benson play, and they just kept asking me more questions about it. I was like, you know what, I think this is going to be the reason, that was the main reason why I chose it, is that I just think it's a more gripping story. Well, it's been challenging because of COVID, and because we've had so many students that have had to be absent. We have a student that's absent now and won't be back till dress rehearsals, so that's really challenging. And we've had a lot of people that were on quarantine for a while, and we've had just our workforce and getting together technically has been so much smaller than it normally is because people are sick or they've got something else going on. It's been quite a challenge. So I know for this week, we'll be staying after late every night to try to get the tech done. And that's not something we usually have to do. And we've already kind of made additional days to kind of get the set done because we just have such a small amount of people that are able to help every time we get together. So it's been a challenge, but it's going to be amazing. Well, it's live theater, so nothing goes exactly the way I expect it to go. But I know it's going to be a good performance regardless. And the mistakes and the things that I will notice, the audience won't notice, because that's the one thing that we train the actors to do and the techies to do, that, the show must go on and that, the audience shouldn't know our mistakes. And so do I think we'll be prepared? Sure. Absolutely. We'll make it look prepared regardless. It'll be amazing.
Senior Megan Myers talks about her role in the play and the challenges she has faced.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely got the part I wanted. I think it's really fun to play Frida. She has a lot of character development in this story, and it's really fun to just dive into who she is and kind of explore that and show it on stage. Yeah, for sure. In the first few weeks of rehearsal, Babcock had COVID, so we had to cancel rehearsals and work calls, and it didn't affect performances so much as technical elements. Like, I also set design, and we're having to work every single night after rehearsal to just get things done. So that's definitely really hard. Otherwise, it's been okay. Luckily, we haven't had too many COVID cases in the cast, so we've gotten through that, which is really nice. But overall, I think this is a really challenging show for high school. It's a drama, but it's a really, really good drama. So diving into the story and the characters, it takes so much time out of your own personal time, and it takes a lot of emotional energy to channel all of that, especially like experiences that students have, like losing children. But it's really fun, so.
With Chase Thomason and Jaden Williamson, I'm Tyler Fulton with Cutlass TV News.
This month's recipe of the month is steak. Here I make this recipe. Here is Colin Johnson, Kevin Madrid, and myself.
Today we're going to make Gordon Ramsay's perfect steaks. First, you're going to need a 4-ounce steak, half tablespoon of butter, half tablespoon of minced garlic, olive oil, salt, and pepper. First, you want to set the pan to medium-high heat. Then you want to season both sides of the steak with salt and pepper. Then you want to add the oil to the pan. Once the oil heats up, you want to place the steak in the pan. Once you think you have one side to your desired look, you may flip it. Next, you want to grab your tongs and get the side of the steak that the pan wouldn't get. After you do that, you want to grab your butter, garlic, and thyme and place it into the pan. What she is doing right here is called basting. When you think your steak is done, you want to check the temperature and make sure it is done. Then add it to a plate and pour your oil and place thyme on steak for more flavoring. Here is your finished steak.
Thanks for watching.
Tune in next week.
And as always,
Carpe diem.